Friends.
What's
Family.
Hey, boys.
New season.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you guys.
New.
I feel like it's been too long. I feel like an
season?
entire new season has started since we last were on the podcast together.
Can you believe it?
I haven't talked to you since old season. I know that.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk about old season because I don't want to live in the past. You know, I want to live in the present where we are in a new season.
Old season dead.
Do you think we were preseason number one in new season?
No, I actually don't. I think we were we were the plucky underdog.
Okay.
Preseason, new season.
Okay.
No respect.
No respect. That's right. That's right.
If you think about it, we really were unranked in new season. Not even in the top 25 to start the year.
I'll say that I tweeted this, but since new season started, we're number 11 per Bart Torvik, sorted by 2 games.
In the last 5 days.
Very K-State stat. It's a very K-State stat.
Thank you. Yeah, that's where I got the idea.
I actually love that, and I would hope that you're going to continue tracking our ranking in new season.
100%. Yeah. I will give an update every game, maybe every day. Maybe I'll just do it every day. Like I'll get up in the morning and say, this is where we're ranked.
I like this. I like this a lot. Okay. So for anybody who doesn't know about new season, which I mean, like, have you been living under a rock the last 5 days? New season was instituted, I believe, for the first time last week. Was it on Hawk Talk? Was that where the first mention of new season was made by Bill Self? So even honestly, we have to backtrack more, even going a little bit into old season, which I know we don't want to do. But after they lost that game to BYU, and Bill had the comment like, we need to get away from each other. Probably some time for some self-reflection, looking inward. What do I need to do differently? How can I fix this? At some point in time, I would imagine Bill had the light bulb moment where he said, wait a minute. What if I ended the season and started a new one right now?
Yeah.
And the players are all doing it too. Post game last night, Hunter, KJ, they're sitting there talking about new season. They're sitting there talking about 2-0. Like, this is a real thing that this team is buying into. And I don't know if you guys have a quick comment, but I do have a video clip from Bill Self at his press conference last week, because Mike, you pointed this out. Kind of felt like vintage. It kind of felt like vintage Bill last week. It
did feel good
before the Oklahoma State game, and he talked pretty impassioned in his kind of reflection on the season, where they're at, and what they can accomplish. So, do you want me to go ahead and play this, or do you guys have comments on that?
You got to understand something. If this is the way it is, and you want to maximize the way it is now, you got to understand that there's going to be some people look at you or look at us differently, because the expectations have naturally changed, because no longer are you a guy we're watching grow up right in front of our eyes. You're a guy that is making money as we watch you perform. And it may not be a situation where we watch you grow up in front of our eyes, because we don't see you for 3 or 4 years. Your evaluation is based on the time that you're here, which very rarely moving forward is going to be 3 or 4 years. So you know, hey, you can't have your cake and eat it too. I mean, it goes both ways. This is what the rule is. This is what you want. This is what you bargained for. This is what your agent fought for. This is it. So now maybe opinions are going to be a little bit tougher because of that. I think that you see it all the time in the world of professional sports. Guy signs a max contract, then he doesn't deliver the same way he signs a max contract. It's great making that money. But now we're paying you all this money, and this is all you bring to the table. Are you kidding me? If you don't like it, then do something about it and change it, because it'll be yesterday's news. And if the social media and the criticism gets to us right now to the point that deflates us, we're not tough enough to win anyway. To our team, it's like, all right, you want to hang on to something that we don't have, try to protect an 8-7 league record? Is that really what this place is all about? I've done this with players throughout my entire career. A guy shooting crappy non-conference, hey, guess what? You're 0 for 0. New season. Well, the new season just happens to start tomorrow for us as opposed to December 31st when West Virginia beat us. The new season starts tomorrow. And if that isn't something that can resonate with guys, then I don't know what can. But I think that's actually something that resonates with me because, we finished strong these last 5 games. We put ourselves in a position to have momentum going into the Big 12 tournament and if we play well, the postseason tournament. But there's no guarantees of any of that happening. But I do believe that I like our chances if, in fact, we can actually have fresh minds and a fresh start.
Clear eyes, full hearts, new season. I mean,
Full vintage Bill, by the way. Like,
Hey,
that
guess what? Hey,
Bill,
guess what?
I've heard
0
all-
for 0. New season.
guess what? Guess what?
He
He didn't call anybody soft like we've been asking all year. He didn't call anybody out saying we've been this or that. But
he did call them out for the record.
yeah,
sure.
I agree. And I think it was calling out mentality, right? It was calling out, oh, you guys are so sad that everybody thinks you suck. You guys are so sad that everybody says you're failing. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. Like, this is what you wanted. Y'all wanted to get paid. You wanted to have freedom of movement. This is the consequence of that. And if you don't like it, then go do something about it. And I don't know what this team's ceiling is, but if they are really buying into this, it feels like a moment we're going to remember at the end of the season.
Well, yeah, because that's the start of the new season.
New season. The old one.
I mean, like, it really was vintage Bill in ways that we haven't totally seen this year, where like right message, right kind of rally cry note of like, go be tough, do something about it, and let's make it happen. I didn't like he keeps referencing food. I don't like the food references. He said you can't have your cake and eat it too. I'm good on the food metaphors. The rest of it was great.
It's an odd line to draw. I'm going to be honest, but that's fine.
It's okay.
No, it reminds me too much of old season Bill.
So here's what I'm interested in. Does this mean that like this has been an open conversation in the locker room or amongst players at like
New
how
season?
mean fans are being to them online?
It has to be.
For sure.
It has to be. Like, and that's the thing. It's vintage Bill, but he's doing it in a way that coddles this group. Like, I think he's tried everything, like, for the record. Like, I think he's literally tried every tool he has. And the last one he had was either F it, we're just done here, or F it, we're starting over. Like, there was no other play left in the toolbox. Like, that was it. And he even said after this game, the last game, he said, I think we were searching for anything to grab onto. We needed something good to happen. And that was the one thing, the new season thing, that actually made sense to them.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
That's like buy-in, motherfuckers.
It's hilarious, but also like the last thing that he had. And hilariously, the only thing apparently that could make sense to them, because every other trick he tried wasn't working. And so the blow it up and start over mentality was, I guess, the one that worked.
New season.
New season.
It's
God,
hilarious.
I love new season. New season, honestly, it's kind of a hot take. New season better than old season, frankly. I'm done with old season.
I liked the Duke game in the old season, but that's the only old season game I remember.
God, that was so long ago. That was like somebody just said we're in the New Testament. That was like the book of Genesis. KJ Adams stopping Cooper Flag and KU beating Duke in November.
When does hell freeze over? Or hell hath come because that happened in Utah, by the way.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
It
yeah.
doesn't matter though.
I don't remember.
No.
No, they for sure were talking about like these guys hate us whenever, and then whenever this team hit adversity, they really melted, totally crumbled, and self was having trouble with it too. Really kind of leaning on the same guys and not being able to do anything that worked, and now they're all like. Everyone is posting about the whole team is posting new season 2-0. It is like a rallying cry, which is, God, we needed it. We really did need something to grab onto. I needed something I could understand. This might be it. Because buy-in, I kept being like, what does that really mean, Bill? Try harder? It doesn't work.
I wonder what led to the new, like what happened in between the Utah loss and Bill being like, we just need to start over, because there seems to be a sense of like all our cards are on the table here.
Well,
Of like, hey, we don't have to act like everything's been great. We don't have to act like we're on the right track. We don't have to act like we're a few tweaks away from like getting there. Let's just call it what it is. Everything they're saying about us, it's true. We suck. We failed. We're not winning the Big 12. Like he said that at one point in his press conference. He's like, our story's not written. Like we've won the Big 12 17 of the last 21 years. But do our fans really relish in the Big 12 title? No.
afraid not.
It's about cutting down nets at the end of the year. Dude, that one made me move a little bit. When I heard that, when I heard the Bill presser, I was like, oh, this seems like the kind of shit that makes this team go on a tear. And so far, unbeaten, unstoppable, some are saying, in new season.
Covered every game. Never not covered in the new season. They what happened in between? So like Utah, right? They lose. They have a blow up in the locker room, like bad. I think that Bill was trying to do that. I think that was a tool. It was bad. They roll over flat against BYU right after that, and we're ready. Obviously, they do get a few days, some time away, and then the Oklahoma State report came out on the day of that self press conference, which really kind of put the fan base, or at least myself, like seriously being like, is this where are we in the Bill Self story, right? Is this really how it is going to go? Is this how it's going to end?
That would have been like, honestly, it's like Game of Thrones. It's like, oh, my favorite show ever. And it's like, oh, the worst ending ever. Like, this isn't what I signed up for. This isn't what I invested years of my life for. To watch Bill Self go out with a whimper as a team full of nobodies quits on him. Like, that's not what anybody wants to see, no matter if you are a part of the vocal minority on the internet saying, like, the game's passed him by. It's time for Bill to move on. Call Todd Golden, call Nate Oates. Even if that's you, you can't tell me this is how you want it to end.
No.
One of the greats in the history of the sport going out like that.
But a lot of them do go out like that.
I know. It does happen.
For the record,
like,
do.
Pretty much all of them.
Mac, vibes are going like this right now. Let's keep them going in that direction.
So the point is that he's riding the ship. He's not going out like that. Season.
Just to be clear, the Oklahoma State thing was not my report, as per the person saying that kind of in the comments.
I would go as far as to say you quite ardently disputed what was reported about Bill Self's interest in Oklahoma State.
There's some quick disputes and then kind of came back to like, all right, I think this was real, a little more than Bill let on there. It wasn't just hey, I'm going to go give him some advice on winning. That's not that conversation, but it doesn't matter. The timing of it is kind of what caught my eye. It was weird. It was very, very weird. And, I think everyone was on edge, and Bill did what he's done for 21 years of this university when football was enough to just the AJ Storr of programs. And he came out and like basically got everyone on the same page and kind of did what he's always done. And that's what has made him one of the greats too. Like the way he's spoken and been a steward and leader of like KU in the university. And that's why I don't want to see him go out like those other guys. We might be close to the end. Though if he says orange slices again, I'm fucking flipping the switch.
We do need to put a
Old season.
statue up probably before he retires, right? We got to do something.
You got a statue guy?
I do have a statue guy.
They need to be sculpting it. Okay.
Yeah.
I want it like Statue of Liberty, though. I want it on the top of Mount Oriad overlooking the entire town of Lawrence.
It's so good.
I love that.
Oh, what's the huge building with the two flags on it at the top of campus? Is that Naismith? Or-
Fraser?
Is that Fraser?
Hall?
Fraser.
Yeah, we'll take down Fraser. So we'll demolish Fraser and build a 200-foot statue of Bill Self with both hands in the air right after winning the Natty.
I'm in.
And where do I donate? I'll start it right now.
No,
Fucking
we're gonna,
IL.
what we're actually going to do, guys, sorry, this is part of the deal. We're going to reroute some of the stadium money that they're using for the booth, million seat booth. And we're actually,
Sorry, Lance.
you got half a stadium. It's fine. You're fine.
Hey, Bill's got to have a statue.
Bill's gonna have a statue, a big one.
And we also need a live mascot. So you're going to have half a stadium and the rest is going to be okay. And Matt G asked, Self might be gone within 5 years. Why wouldn't Self want to get to 1,000 wins? Kind of like Coach K. I can't speak for Bill. There's plenty of reasons. I do think we're close to the end, and I think it's fewer than 5. I think we're closer to 1 more year than we are 5.
He wants to.
Can the maniac walk away? Yeah, he wants to enjoy retirement. He wants to go be a grandpa.
Play golf. He wants to be grandpa. He 100% will not be the coach till you're 80 guy. Not going to happen.
And he's also not going to be Jay Wright doing like weekly TV gigs either. That's my guess.
He may
I
show
just
up
can't
for
say.
tournaments. I think he's going to enjoy retirement.
Get that handy down.
Near the end.
Okay, with the Oklahoma State thing, so 30-second synopsis on that. What was that, Thursday or Friday? Barry Trammell, who's like a longtime writer in Stillwater, he basically wrote that last April or last March, Bill Self in Oklahoma State, Bill was holed up in Stillwater for like 5 days or something, considering the offer to take the job, et cetera, et cetera. Bill Self mostly disputed it, said he's never stayed a night in Stillwater unless they had a game the next day. Also, when he said that, he said, I could be accurate. Do we change the name of the podcast? Could be accurate. If he's flipping on us, then we might have to flip back. Zigzag. Did Barry Trammell save the season, I guess is my question.
Did we? You got options, right? The negativity from all year online of fans, the positivity recently, or Barry Trammell. Nothing to do with anyone else. You cannot give anyone else credit.
There's no fourth door. It's one of those 3 options.
I think Trammell, I don't know that message gets out like it does without that report. I don't know. He had to come out and chill the fan base out. Like, I really think he did.
So you're saying all this stuff about new season, prove everybody wrong, do something about it.
He was saying it, but like, he had our attention in that moment.
I think he was a little fired up. I mean, that report dropped 4 hours before his press conference. So somebody slides it on his desk and says like, hey, this just dropped. I'm sure he went into that press conference with a little bit more spit and vinegar than he normally would have.
But he also has the best feel for this stuff of any coach I've literally ever seen, ever to maybe exist. Like, he knows how to take, I mean, he's a politician at the end of, like, he's perfect at it. He knows when to push the right buttons with media, when to go do a response, when not to, what to say. He's so good at it, like a masterclass. And so he probably just had the feeling in his head, like, okay, this is going on. Team's doing this. Season's a disaster. Like, it's time for me to go do something, the thing that I get paid to do. And he went out and did it.
I will say, if he, like in a hypothetical world where Bill Self left the University of Kansas for Oklahoma State in 2025, I think that would actually be worse than this team just sucking and getting bounced in the second round and him retiring. Him leaving for not just another program, but like a significantly lesser program, a program that hasn't made it to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament in 20 years.
It would have been
I don't care if it's his alma mater. That would have sucked.
It would have been a fuck off in some ways.
Yeah, something else would have been going on for that to happen.
I think it was pretty damn serious. I don't know that he was out the door, but he really, I think, at least took a real beat and thought, like, do I want that challenge or do I want this challenge? How do I want it? How do I want to end my career?
Well, it's worth
By the way,
noting,
Bill Self is a maniac for even considering it, but he is.
yes,
He's an insane person.
when he was asked about this, Gary Bedore who asked a couple follow-ups, and he was just like, "What about 2008?" You know, he's like, "What about 2008?" Like, and Bill said, like, he was immediately like, "That was more serious." He said, or I don't remember what the exact phrasing was, but it was something along the lines of, "Oh, when I met with him in 2008, that was real.
Yeah,
Or that was more serious. That got farther." Whatever the case was, he was clearly indicating that he was not as close to leaving last April as he was back in 2008.
do we buy it? Do we care?
I don't care.
I don't really care.
I don't care either. He's here.
I'm like, it's good.
Done.
He's gonna be better off if he's gonna look in the mirror and be like, do I really want this? So you don't end up like one of those other guys that has ended on a sour note, right? And he really has spent a lot of time caring again about like leaving KU in a good place. It would have been a shock. It would have been a total and complete shock, and it would have sucked. But like, that's old season. Now we got Bill.
Technically, that's 2 seasons ago. You know, when he got offered the job. That's so long ago.
Whole portal season. And he was like, fuck it, I'm coming back for AJ Storr. Maybe he worked a donor. Maybe he was just leveraging a donor for AJ.
I'm actually glad you brought this up because there's something I am a little concerned with. It's not a huge concern. I'd say like I'm at a 1.5 out of 10 right now, but I am afraid AJ Storr, like he was missing when they gave the new season speech. I think he might have not gotten the memo. I think he might still be an old season. What I saw him do again, what I saw him do against Colorado on Monday was shocking, even by his standards. That was one of the worst individual performances, given the volume of minutes and touches he got, that I've ever seen.
It's comically bad. Like, it's getting to the point where the only reason he's playing, like literally the only reason, because there are no real basketball reasons for him to play. None. He gives you nothing. Like literally nothing. The only reason he's playing is because every transfer in the future is going to hear that, they paid him $1 million and he's set all of March, all of February.
I disagree. I think
there's no other good reason.
I got it for you. It's because this is new season and everybody started with a blank slate. So he's like, well, I can't say new season and then park this guy on the bench. Hey, new season. And AJ, you're not included. Bye-bye. Thanks for your time.
True, which I'm willing to accept. Like, okay, fine. Because he did actually draw some shit up for him. Like,
I know.
It's like you want to get the quarterback going, so you draw up like a few like quick passes and you try to get them comfortable. You draw up a very simple play. You stand there We're going to set a bunch of screens. Everyone else is going to do stuff. All you have to do is be tall, run to the basket, and put it in the basket because the ball is going to be right there and no one's going to be guarding you. Like, he sets up beautiful shit for him, and he still can't do it. Like,
dude.
And then he just stands there. Like,
yeah.
What happened?
But it's so funny. It's so funny when they're like
his entire time at KU.
When they're swinging the ball around and just ball movement, and AJ gets it, and it's like a dude, not even in a rec league game, but like a dude warming up for a rec league game. Like he's just shoot around. He's just dribbling between his legs, and he's just kind of.
Watch Bill when it happens. It's so
he gets so pissed.
He gets so mad because it's so obvious, like what he wants him to do. And
I have our glasses on stat of the week. Mike, do you have your glasses handy? Kevin's already ready for this.
Ready.
Glasses on, everyone.
Okay. Actually, I don't have my glasses handy, but that's okay. Okay. Since conference play began, there are 1,095 players in the country who play at least 30% of their team's minutes and have a usage rate of at least 20%. So basically, like, you're on the court, you're involved, you're getting shots up, or you're doing bad things like turning the ball over. Among those 1,095 players, AJ Storr ranks 1,095th in shooting percentage.
Holy shit,
folks, might be the worst player in the country who's actually getting minutes.
If he was point shaving, would it look better than what we've seen?
Yeah.
It would have to. You'd have pressure, right? You don't want to make it too obvious. Like, he could be trying to throw the game and be better than what we've seen.
You mean like Jonte Porter trying to brick a three?
Yeah.
He bangs it.
I was just saying, holy shit, that is crazy. He is broken. I don't know what they're doing. What are we doing? I wish he was cheating. Someone commented.
You know what's crazy?
This is too obvious.
As bad as this team has been, they're not hurting for bodies like they were last year. So it's not as though you have to play him those 8 minutes a game. You don't. Like, you can give them all to Ryland, give them all to Diggy, give them to Keese. Like, and it would be a net positive by giving his minutes away. Simply keeping him away from the court is the best decision that Bill Self can make the rest of the season.
Does he still think that there's a good player in there?
I think he's going for broke, right? It's, hey, I'm pot committed. We gotta see if there's just a little bit of juice in there somewhere. I'm sure he's thinking, like, I see it. I see like, cause he was even talking about analytics at his press conference. And he's like, I love the analytics community, but now you're assigning a dollar amount to a player because of their true shooting percentage. He goes, well, what about the eye test? And I was like, buddy, I think it's time to like fold up the eye test, put it in the closet, shut the door when it comes to AJ Storr. I don't care what your eyes are telling you. It's so bad. Does he just crush in practice?
No.
Does he just look like Dwayne Wade in practice?
No. He does not. It's more of the same. I mean, I don't know if he has the full yips in practice or not, but it's been a problem since before the year started. It was like the most obvious thing. So I'm like convinced we should be really positive online about all the players. We can get to that. Like this happened with Trey Turner. Do y'all know about this? I think
no.
So basically we can still talk about AJ though, right? Like it doesn't apply. Is it Trey Turner? Yeah, so it's Philadelphia and he was in a slump. And so like people in Philly are nuts. And some radio guy or the fans decided that they need to just fucking cheer, like standing ovation every at bat. And he hit like 370 the rest of the year or something like that. We need to like that's how I feel we should be about this team.
But
That we
not
need to
at
just
any rate, to be clear, right? Like we're not doing that.
no.
I can't.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
can't.
So
I lost interest
I
in that.
yeah, I don't think he qualifies yet. If he shows new season,
See that, dude. I actually think come 2-0, I think you'll see Allen Fieldhouse rocking on Saturday.
it's gonna be awesome. New
I think
season.
Like it may be the best the Fieldhouse has looked all season, other than at least in a while. It has the potential to be. Now, will the team match it? Because it also has the potential to
Yep.
backfire if KU's new season was really just beating the two worst teams in the Big 12 back to back.
We will not apologize for road wins.
I know, though.
Gutsy road wins.
Did you see what happened tonight? In the Big
Oklahoma
Iowa
12?
State lost.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State beats Iowa State. Oklahoma State, good team.
Yeah, but we haven't played Iowa State in the new season. So we have a chance to get our first win against a tournament team in the new season on Saturday. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Like that.
I mean, I'm all in on new season. It does have the chance to backfire. Like the whole issue with this team has been when they face adversity, they just crumble. They didn't do that against Colorado. They very well they could have, and they didn't. They didn't. They kind of did, but they didn't. At home, if they start blowing a lead, you know how tight that building's gonna get. I hope everyone could just stand in Trey Turner the whole way through. Like we all need to just tweet at Zeke, like, love you anyway, no matter what happens on the road. You're the best. Keep shooting. Like I think 200 of those comes his way, and he starts making some shots on the road.
Yeah, Zeke needs a new season specifically for road games.
No, we need to just overwhelmingly positive. In private circles, the Cord, we'll speak openly. On Twitter, in Instagram, you fucking love those guys. You fucking love them, and you need to tell them that you love them.
I kind of like this. I'm in until it doesn't work.
I mean, like I was bitching about KJ's rebounding one half into positive new season vibes, but we need to just. That's the only way. It's us against the world.
Yeah, right. I mean, old season. Wow, you almost gave it away versus Colorado. New season, gutsy win on the road.
Correct.
You don't just walk into Boulder and come out with a win.
We covered both games.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually kind of crazy. Like, it really is, even if you're not doing a bit, it's really easy to see how small the margin is between like, oh yeah, that was nice. Got a win on the road versus like, you fucking idiots. Like it felt like they were losing that game. And not only did they win, they covered the spread. They completed the task. Like that they did anything that could be asked of them. But yeah, it's still almost like, almost though, showing a little bit of old season there.
No, new season. They're showing a lot of potential early in the year. Bill will fix these things.
I agree. There's a lot of season left. You're not even halfway through the season yet.
Yeah, a lot of season
early.
left. God, we haven't been undefeated this late in the Bill Self era.
It did. Oklahoma State and Colorado, that was the non-con, and now conference play starts.
Stay woke though. What if we have a new season? Like, what happens if we lose the next three? Does this card from the deck turns into March and goes, boys, new season. The first two seasons, third time's a charm. The first two seasons, no one's going to remember if you guys turn it on now. If you become good now, everyone will forget old season and new season, and they'll only remember new season.
If
season 3.
If Bill can pull off a new season, then he is truly one of the greatest motivators in the history of mankind.
I kind of want new season already.
Yeah, can we just skip new season and go straight to new season?
We need new.
Yeah, now that we know
6 games.
Oh,
Like,
man.
if we lose 3 in a row, yeah, this thing gets ugly. That won't happen in the new season.
No.
It can't. It can't. Hunter in the Miracle New season.
All right. Look, okay.
Dig it.
Seriously though, these last 3 games of the season,
Song.
we're gonna need a
We'll do
rally
that for the
song
end.
for sure.
We're doing song at the end. Sorry. Or now.
2-0 would be like a massive win, or 2-1, excuse me, would be a massive win. These
2-1
last
is
3.
freaking awesome.
Yeah.
I don't care how they come.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the last 3 are Tech, home versus Tech, Houston, at
Home.
Houston, senior night, Arizona.
Yes.
What is the easiest game of the 3?
Probably this Saturday, right?
I think that's right.
Yes. I don't know, man. Texas Tech is pretty fucking good.
Aren't they kind of banged up though?
Yes.
That's true.
Unless you want to like play into the
That's
idea of like
That's true.
Arizona, because it's senior night, first year in the Big 12, first like road trip to Allen as our conference rival. You could sell me on that.
I'm going to be financially invested in that Arizona game.
How so? Wait, can we do futures on new season?
New season futures?
I like this.
Can we?
No, you want the value from the old season. Okay, all right. Wait, we got to talk about the next 3. Tech, Houston. Honestly, I don't hate the lineup, guys. It's going to be tough. It had to be tough, right? Like, we know that. We match up all right with Houston. We'll do Arizona at home. And now we're like new season vibes against Tech. I'll take 2-1. That Houston game, we're all a little skittish off last year, team playing on the road. I don't know. I kind of like that they're going to be, just like no one is going to expect them to win that game, which doesn't ever happen at Kansas.
You can expect them to win that game.
You
At
think
Houston.
I'm just saying, like the Houston game.
Sorry.
Houston. I'm not talking about Zona yet. I'm just saying, like, nothing to lose. 3-0 Hawks.
Hey, quick spread prediction. Let's say,
Okay.
whether it's a win or lose, let's say it's a close game versus Texas Tech. What's a spread prediction for KU at Houston? Because off the top of my head, I'm wondering, is there a chance this is the biggest underdog Bill Self's been in like 20 years at Kansas?
Woo.
It
That's a
will be at
good
least in
question.
the last 10 for sure.
Last 10.
Yeah. I was going to say like 10.5.
Yeah, let's go back now. This is a
Since 2010, I would say that.
What do you think the number is going to be? Because Ken Palm, do you want to know what Ken Palm has it at, or do you want to guess?
I'm
going to guess 10.5.
With the Ken Palm line or the betting spread? I'm saying 7.5.
Ken Palm has it at 11.
Really?
And I would love to see the final number be 11. Because in new season, you don't get beat by double digits. No, sirree. You do not.
Okay.
Single-digit loss. Single-digit Hawks.
I'll take single-digit loss. Because that's a cover, baby. We're just going to cover the rest of the games.
Side note, do you think Bill Self is routinely aware of what the spread is going into each game?
Yes.
Wow, you guys both
All
answered
coaches
that
are.
resoundingly.
100%.
Coaches are. Donors know, like, it matters to them. They know.
Correct.
So the reason why I ask is because if he knows, then this could serve as motivation. He's going to look down and say, "Are you fucking serious?"
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Yes. You don't think when we were underdogs at Al Fieldhouse ever, he didn't go into the locker room and say, "You know the disrespect that you're getting at home? Like, it's the most disrespectful thing I've ever heard."
Bro, if I'm Bill, I'm having Chris Tyson go and crunch the numbers and figure out how many games he's coached at Kansas and where this ranks in like lifetime.
I can
Point
figure it
spread.
out in 5 minutes, but
I can get it too.
Because that's what I'm saying in the speech. I'm going in there and I'm saying I've coached 1,100 games, but I've never seen a spread like this.
Bill's self FanDuel app screenshot taped to every locker except for AJ Storrs. AJ's the opposite of whatever we want to happen.
I'm telling you, AJ is on his own planet. AJ lives on planet Storr.
I do like the idea that the opposite is
Planet
for
Storr.
AJ the rest of the season. So if we're doing one thing, you do the opposite for AJ, and maybe it'll actually connect.
Yeah.
Because
don't
AJ's
pass.
he's not online, right? So he probably doesn't even know what the rest of these guys are talking about when they're talking about how mean people are being. He's like, are they? Hmm.
I think people love me.
I
Is he
feel
not
bad.
online?
Like, I actually do, and I know I shouldn't feel bad for him, but like
I do
he's
too.
making a lot of money. His like NBA career is shot. It probably already was, because the people who knew that this is kind of what he was. But I hate that it looks so bad. Like, it's so bad. I can't ever remember a player like this at KU.
No, it's
Just completely broken.
It's the worst regular rotation player that I can ever remember at KU.
Expectations, like somebody who. That's the craziest part about.
What about it? Period.
No, I
Beyond
think it's period.
expectations.
You remember the stat I told you, right? You remember where he ranked in that stat?
One-on-one, who wins, he or Charlie Moore?
Was
I think Charlie
one-on-one,
Moore's
though.
shooting over him because he's going to give him 5 feet of room.
I'm just like thinking of players now, like foot.
Okay, for this
Here's the-
team,
here's the
are
problem.
Nick
Okay.
Timberlake or AJ Storr?
Nick
This
Timberlake.
team, Nick Timberlake.
Right.
No, it's
isn't
not
that
just for
fucking
this team.
insane?
Okay, it's not just for this team. I feel like there's this misconception, and this is the same trap, is like the eye test tells you AJ Storr is good. Big,
Nope.
long, athletic. Like he's 6'5", he can jump.
Airport test. Yeah, that's fine. Not the game film.
He is not a good basketball player. He looks like a rec league player. He's just out there doing his own thing. He is playing for AJ Storr.
For
That's
sure.
it. So the idea of like a new season, we can salvage this. He's like, I didn't see anything wrong with the old season. Like, I'm going to keep doing me. And so, like, and you're right. AJ Storr's not going to the NBA. So I would hope for your sake, even if you don't care about the team, even if you don't care about going to a Final Four, I would hope that for your sake, you would say, all right, I'm not ever going to step foot in the NBA, but I got 4 weeks left to prove that like I can be a good basketball player. Like, I don't even know if AJ Storr makes it in Europe. He can't fit in. He has no concept of like chemistry and flow and anything. It's just like, yo, give me the ball. Let me go to work. It's so bad. And I know our eyes tell us like, oh, but there's something in there. I don't think there is, man. I just think he's a bad basketball player who is gifted with some good physical abilities and he can occasionally knock down a shot. But like, you can't win with him. Can't do it.
I've got the spread
Well, you beat me.
numbers. Haha. I mean, I'm like, fuck, that was a good point Nick just made about AJ Storr. But even if he tried, like, do you see any way? Is it salvageable in any way? If he is swinging the ball, move it, like it just...
No, it's like a fundamental flaw in like his ability to play basketball.
The
I'm not
three-
kidding. I'm not trying to be funny. Like, he can't do it. I don't think he knows how to. I don't think he's ever played basketball like this. I don't think he's ever been asked to be like, hey, like fit in. We're going to move the ball. You're going to get to your spot, like rotate defensively, do all the dirty work. He's never done any of this in his life. And they're trying to teach him. They're trying to reconstruct his basketball game in 3 months. It's impossible.
You know, like the three he took, like 3 seconds in, that was contested and got blocked in the corner last night against Colorado, was like, it was worse than like the Ryland Griffin pull up 3 against Duke early in the year at the end of the first half. I'm just trying to think of the worst shots of the season. Some KJ shot puts.
It's like he catches the ball, and normally if you catch the ball in the wing, like you got to get up, right? To get the ball. It's
Hold on.
in his hands for 3 seconds in the follow through. Like it's right here, and then somehow it's like he's waiting for the defender to come block it. Like it's so slow.
Fuck yeah.
It's like it's AJ time.
Hey, Planet AJ. Wait, hold on. Is this true that AJ and Zach Clements are roommates? Is that real? Someone says that in the comment. Because Zach Clements is out with the longest groin injury of all time.
Anybody blocks that shot.
Groin.
Any college basketball player on the planet blocks that shot for how slow it was. It was comically slow.
Charlie Moore blocks that shot.
Charlie Moore blocks that shot.
Charlie McCarthy blocks that
Charlie Woods blocks that shot.
shot. Charlie Weiss?
Charlie Weiss doesn't block the shot,
No, I don't think so.
but he makes it close. Like Charlie Weiss does the thing, like he can't quite get there, so he yells but the problem is he yells so early because the ball's still right here, and he hasn't released it yet, so the didn't do anything to bother him.
Does AJ Storr know Zach Clements' name, even if they are roommates? That's a bad roommate decision, by the way. That was a mistake. I don't know why.
He calls everybody like his own made up nickname. So like Zach Clements is like String Bean. Hey, String Bean. Oh gosh.
It's not the craziest thing. Like honestly, if someone said that, like if Vernon had that scoop, it was like, hey, dead serious, he doesn't know anyone's name on the team. Would you believe it? Like I 100% would believe that.
He just called, like the real story would be he just calls everybody by their numbers. Like Ryland's
just off the court. He's not going to know it.
8.
Oh fuck.
He just calls everybody bro. He just calls, dude, I'm telling you, Planet Storr. Like this guy just seems
I'm into Planet Storr.
I am too. Like I want to know
what do you think happens on Planet Storr?
I don't know. Like I feel like it's just him going on adventures, you know? It's just like a cartoon show. It's a cartoon show called Planet Storr. And it's just one guy who lives on his own planet and then just fights off mischief.
My guy.
Bad Scooby-Doo.
All right. The biggest self has been an underdog at KU, at least as far back as I can see here. It should be since 2005. I don't know if this is right, but it says he's been an underdog of 7 points or more 4 times. The biggest is 8.5. It was in 2021 against Baylor. Last year against Houston, at Houston, 7.5. KU did not cover against Houston. They did cover that Baylor game, but they lost. They at Kentucky were a 7-point dog in 2017, won that game. And then the 2014, they were a 7-point dog against Kentucky, and they lost like by 30 in the Champions Classic.
32. I love this. Dude,
this could be the biggest.
Great. This is setting up so well.
Love this.
It's setting up so well.
I kind of think
I love new season.
Yeah.
I like new season.
We have to win Saturday, and then we have to beat 11.5-point underdog.
I don't even care about winning Saturday because then you get new season. No, I want to win Saturday.
They're
gonna have a lot of fun. They would have a lot of fun.
I mean, can you imagine vibes? You beat a good team. Like I know the last really good win you had was Iowa State, but that was old season, so it doesn't count anymore. Yeah, I mean, really, if you in old season, KU only had what 3 tournament wins, like Michigan State, Duke, and Iowa State. It's 3 wins against tournament teams. You have a chance to close the season. You will be closing the season against 3 tournament teams. If you told me they doubled up in the last 3 games to finish this, like the vibes would be immaculate. It'd be as vibey as this program's been in 2 years?
Regular season vibiness?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Everyone loves a good
longer.
comeback story.
Oh, you tear him down to build him back up. We're gonna be carrying Hunter Dickinson around campus,
Love this.
just like defending the shit out of ball screens. It'll be great. What would our seed look like? No idea. Don't care. We're a fucking buzzsaw. Okay. Okay. You do not want to fuck with us in the new season.
By the way, that's going to happen no matter like how this season ends. Whatever seed line KU ends up on, assuming it's not going to go higher than like a 4, I don't know. Doesn't matter. On Selection Sunday, Seth Davis is going to sit there behind the desk on CBS and talk about how Kansas is the X seed that nobody wanted to see in their region, no matter what.
Depends on these last 3 games.
No, because it's the same thing if Michigan State ends up as your 7 seed. You're like, couldn't it have been Oklahoma? You know, couldn't it have been Boise State, a program that doesn't really like have a rich tradition of winning this time of year?
I mean, there's that bracketology that had, I don't know, KU is a 6 and Wisconsin was like the 2.
Yeah. I love
If
that.
you're Wisconsin, you're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, which is actually valid. I don't care how bad it goes. Like, there are types of teams that'll work for us and there are types that won't. And if you're not super long and athletic, especially in the front court, you're fucked. If you're slow in the front court and then have a 4-man that is like your stretch guy, you're fucked.
Speaking of front court defense, can we find the Tad Boyle clip from postgame?
Ooh.
God, it's so good. I can't believe I didn't see this until tonight.
I can't believe it either.
I sent it to the chat. I assumed everyone else had seen it, but I hadn't. I don't know how to pull that up. Someone else can.
Okay, I'm pulling it up. Give me like 2 minutes.
But you might recall Tad Boyle, Jayhawk. By the way, every former Jayhawk I know loves Tad Boyle. Like, loves Tad Boyle. They all go party with him. They all go on trips together. Like that roughly that age group of guys that were KU players, everyone loves Tad. So giving that background here a little
Okay,
bit.
I got it. Here's Tad Boyle, Colorado head coach, speaking to the media immediately following KU's win over Colorado on Monday.
You got to move your feet and play smart. I mean, look, post defense is not for pussies. It's for men. Like you got to be a grown man to play post defense in Hunter Dickinson.
Dude, it's like he stopped himself.
Like, what was he gonna say? What was the other?
No, I think he stopped himself and was like, "Ah, fuck it."
Yeah,
I'll just say it."
What is the worst that could happen to me?
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, you know what? You can't. The people need to know."
I need Tad Boyle at Kansas after that.
Yes, Tad Boyle's gonna be on the end of our bench 100%.
We got Dog Sadler taking naps over there.
I don't want any Doc Sadler hate in my
Fine.
timeline, but if it means Tad Boyle takes his role, then Doc can go on. Doc,
Did you see the picture of Sleepy Doc?
No.
Oh
Yes.
boy. I'll find it. Now you guys go.
My favorite thing from watching the game yesterday was every time Diggy shot the ball, Dooley stands up, like to see if it goes in. I think Dooley's been working with Diggy a lot. I think Dooley's Diggy's guy.
Okay, this is interesting.
We should talk
because this is interesting because after the game, Hunter and KJ were talking about the new season and confidence and stuff. And unprompted, Hunter was like, "Yeah, I think the guy who's really been like showing the most confidence is Diggy."
He's the spirit animal of the team.
Well, I would hope like that in terms of just all-encompassing attitude. That's the guy I want the team to mimic.
He's the dude.
Yes.
He's like, I'm going to play hard. I'm going to keep doing my thing. I'm going to keep shooting. I'm going to have some off nights, but then I'm going to have some really electric nights. It's just like that's what you want in a spark plug off the bench. And I know across old season, when every single week it was somebody new's turn to be the villain of the year, and Diggy is included. Like nobody was spared from that. But that guy has been pretty much
shooting.
He's been pretty consistent just in terms of like how he's attacking each game. And I can appreciate at least that much.
All right. I found the picture. Diggy, same. Shots are falling or not. It's fucking awesome. Need more Diggy. He was a pizza delivery driver in JUCO. What are we doing? This guy rules. All right. Here's a nice moment for KU. Just take a look first. I'll zoom in here shortly. Dwan is pointing up. Everyone's clapping. KU clearly just made a basket. Maybe a Dwan 3. And then there's Doc. And it's just a bad picture, but it looks like he's asleep during the game.
Hey, Doc.
It's just a bad picture. He's clapping, but maybe. What is
Doc Sadler's official title?
I actually used to know this.
He's a senior advisor.
Senior advisor.
That's
what it is.
All right, then who gives a shit?
Okay, so here's my question. Because, by the way, Doc Sadler's only like a year older than Bill Self, who's not exactly the picture of like the perfect male health. 1 year Doc Sadler has on Bill. That is a shock. That's more shocking than the AJ Storr stat, honestly. Okay.
Need some healthy old men on his staff.
They asked Bill about
healthiest person on the planet. So Q balances everybody
Q.
out. Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck he does.
They asked Bill about hiring a GM. And he was like, I don't know that I'd ever do it, but blah, blah, blah. He was like, but you don't just hire someone to hire them. And I was like, so that means he's saying that every single one of KU's 9 assistant coaches were hired for a very specific reason. And that makes me more upset. Honestly, you brought 9 coaches in the new season. Now I'm mad again. Now I'm pissed because to say that each one has a very specified, well-defined role on like what they contribute to the program. I have a hard time believing that. Like, what was Doc Sadler brought in to do? They're like, Doc, you're the guy. We're not just handing out jobs, but we need you. Whoa. What if new season was Doc's idea?
Oh,
it's possible. He's like, this is my fucking shit.
No, this is 100% Q's idea. I think this is a Q idea.
Bill, so the GM thing was like, his response was he started out being pissed by it.
Well, he was basically like, well, I'd still be the boss. The GM reports to the president.
Yeah. He that's right. It was offensive.
Yeah, and then he was like, yeah, sure, I'll be I think he's been probably like felt some pressure to do that, which honestly, it makes fucking sense. Sorry.
Wait, who are you apologizing to?
To Bill. Like, it makes sense that people want a GM. There have been some insane roster decisions over the last 3 years. Okay. Portal era, new season, whatever. North Carolina is bringing in like super connected, agency guy, right? Like, it makes sense to bring in some kind of weapon here to help you go get players. Basically, recruiting's year round. Self says he'd basically be a fundraiser.
Yeah. Tim Quinn said this elite fundraiser because he referenced other schools like Andrew Luck at Stanford, basically saying, I'm not going to have anybody come in here and tell me who's on my team. But if you want to go get all the money to pay those players, that'd be awesome. Just stay the fuck away from the team. It is basically what he's saying.
Which leads me to 2 things. Number 1, someone just said this. I think that also is a little bit of a dig at Travis Goff. Hey man, go give me some fucking money. I'm serious. Like, he's always going to fight for money. There always needs to be more. We spent a lot on football. So I bet you, I just did a sense he's talking about wanting a fundraiser. I'm like, okay, a little bit of a dig at Travis. Number 2 is that it almost certainly means that like KU fans will be, if they do something internal, KU fans are going to be really fucking disappointed, right? And if Bill only has a year or 2 left, are you going to bring someone new in? I'm not really sure, unless you can get Danny for that role. But I don't know that Danny would want to coach.
No, I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
I'm
sorry.
not saying
It's the
as
biggest,
a fundraiser.
It's the biggest mark against him. The number one, aside from like you just don't think he can
That
coach.
he's bad with alums.
He's just bad. He's not a that personality to like.
Got it.
He doesn't have the charisma to like win over a room. To like that's just not him.
Okay, so Tad Boyle's the GM. Danny is gonna come help be the big man coach because motherfucking he's taller than 6 foot. Sorry, Norm. I don't know. It's just a little bit of there's some donor fatigue from football, as Tim says. So you might need to bring in some fundraising blood here. And I wouldn't get your hopes up right now. They'll try to do something. I'm just like, if you're saying this person will not be making roster decisions, he'll be a fundraiser. You're not going to get like guys super jacked up for the job. And it could be an alum, which could be fun. Maybe not. Walter White says, we want snacks. That's Terrence Howard. No, you do not. No, you do not.
But like that's the thing is, I think the way Bill views how other teams are doing GMs is almost like, oh, so somebody who's going to be the boss of me or somebody who's going to co-manage this team with me. Like I'll do the coaching, you do the roster construction. You really think a guy who's done it one way for 30 years is going to cede control at the end of his career? There's no way. So that's why he says fundraiser. He's like, I don't need your input. I don't want your input. I don't want your help. We heard what happened when Chase Buford spoke up, or maybe we didn't, and maybe I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, I don't know if that's ever been made public. But as I very smoothly transition out of that moment and don't bring too much attention to it, Bill's not going to hire a GM, like ever. KU's first GM will be when KU hires the 9th coach of Kansas basketball.
I think there's a chance he brings somebody in, but it'll be disappointing.
That's what I'm saying. Like UNC is like bringing in this like $1 million. So they're bringing in all these guys. I don't know. It's just like, we need some fucking youth in the staff a bit. What do you think? Mech, you're saying like he'll bring someone in. I think KU will hire GM. I think there will be some staff changes unless KU runs the table, goes undefeated, and new season is awesome. If that happens, though, Bill will retire and off into the sunset, which is fine. Yeah, I'm not super optimistic about this role that Self already kind of shat on. Could be cool if there's a fun name attached.
Do we know? Is there? Yeah, like Woj. We get our Woj.
That's me. I'll do it.
Well, like Woj is out selling old. Do you have old Scoops cell phones to sell?
Yeah.
Listen, is there anybody? Serious question. Is there anybody like a basketball program who's doing this well as to like, emulate what they're doing with the GM?
Who knew?
Carolina's doing something interesting right now. They're like hiring a whole staff. They're hiring a front office.
That's how you should do it. Like the way that it's been done in the past cannot be the way you do it going forward. Like you have to have, I mean, in my opinion, and we'll see where this goes, but I think you have to have people who are literally watching other basketball games for a living, trying to figure out who would fit well within your program. Not the way that Bill is or his staff is, where they're prepping for games or whatever. Like you need to have a true GM. And God damn it, stop showing pictures of And you have to have stat dudes. You have to have a advanced analytics team. It is so. John says it's essentially a pro league now. Correct. Like that's exactly what it is.
Everyone with 1-year contracts for everyone.
But but here's the interesting part is that like in professional sports, when you have a GM and a coach, the GM's job is to like set you up for success for a sustained period of time. We're going to draft good players. We're going to sign good contracts. The coach's job is to like fight for the players he wants right now. Do whatever you can to make this team good. Now, we've seen issues like in the NFL when somebody's the GM and the coach, those two things are in conflict with each other. In college basketball, there is no future. It's just this year. And then it's just the year after that. There is no like, well, if we do this, it sets us up good for the next 2-3 years. I don't know that anybody is constructing a roster like that, or if they should be constructing a roster like that. So like, I don't really understand what the point of a GM is if we're in this cycle where you're just refreshing a roster every year anyway. So my point is this sucks. Like this, like I don't know what the job is right now. And I guess what I'm really saying is these guys need to sign like 2-year deals minimum.
There's something to that. I mean,
Yeah, I think it could happen. Could be wrong. It'll probably happen. I think Hunter's basically was an option, I guess, probably. I don't know. I think that's how it kind of was. Like there were things in place, I guess. I don't know. They'll fix that. That's not for us. We're saving the season. That's our goal.
Right. One season at a time. One new season at a time.
I mean, fuck. I mean, the portal's like happening now, right? Like, I put out a list of like who I think will come back or go. There's people. Trilly Donovan has a list of like 50 dudes who are probably going to portal. Last year, he was right on 90%. And these lists come out during the year, right? Like this is happening. So KU staff, you got 9 coaches. I'm sure people are working it, but also like the team we need some help. I want a rally song. Can we pivot to rally song? Bill's future player hearings. What do we want?
I mean, let's do a prediction, and then I will consider a rally song to close this out. I got to.
What are we predicting? Just Saturday's game?
First of all, love the comment that we need a dedicated tampering specialist.
Used to be KT, but he's washed.
I think there's something to that. Sleepy KT is also sleepy. It's no longer. What does he bring to the table when you don't need a bagman anymore? He's pretty good on the radio.
I think that's what he's trying to figure out.
KT, he landed. Yeah. He landed. He was important in getting Darren Peterson.
I'm joking. I know he's insanely connected. Like
he's like the most connected. He's the one. He's still working it. He's still fucking working it.
Alan Mills. Alan Mills says,
"Let's go."
It took 1 week for you guys to give up on the Bill should abandon the portal stance from your last pod.
First of all, I said that. I'm all in on the portal.
I will say, one, I did say you can't fix the problems on this team with the portal. It's not going to work. And 2, that was last year. So like, I don't know why you're bringing up old takes.
Yeah,
that was so long ago.
Season.
That was a last season take. So you need to be living in this season. Next question.
One season at a time.
You.
We're doing predictions, right? Last 3 games. Let's predict them all. Let's go one by one. Do it or one person at a time or one game at a time?
Game. Make the call.
All right.
On Saturday. Double digits.
Whoa.
Vibes are immaculate.
It'll be close to a pick 'em.
The spread on KenPom, for what it's worth, is very close to a pick 'em. KU 72, Texas Tech 71.
Give me a Kansas dub.
Love this.
I look he like
New season. Mike.
on in normal Bill Self season, right? We've seen kind of the same things play out for like 21 years in a row, which is part of why it feels like the fucking world is falling when they don't go our way, which we've never seen before. Normally there's like a Feb one just late last February, we suck game. It might have been BYU, or they're going to disappoint us. And then there's always one down this stretch that's like, holy shit, we're going to the Final Four. Do we still have that disappointment? I'm not picking against the new season Jayhawks, guys.
You can't
I'm
do
not
it.
going to do it. So give me the new season Jayhawks at home. Allen Fieldhouse, if you're going, be fucking loud. If you're on Twitter, every minute of every day, you tweet something nice at a Kansas player. Oh, except for AJ, just ignore him. Love you, Zeke. All right, so Hawks win. Hawks cover. Then they go to Houston.
Oof. What's the tip time?
We're all gonna do the same thing.
Are we?
Yeah, we're all gonna pick the same fucking thing, aren't we?
Yeah. Dub.
You want to know the tip time?
I don't think we beat Houston.
7:00. 8:00 Central.
Late night at the Fertitta Center.
So that means
Fertitta.
We've got Big Monday. Do you guys remember back when we used to play on Tuesdays, like in the old season?
Little Super Tuesday.
They used to put us on at Tuesday night. Now they're giving us prime time, 9:00 in Boulder, man. Who else gets that kind of treatment? Standalone games, baby. And then we get to play Houston, Big Monday. Does that mean Billis is going to be on the call? Double-digit undies? Dude, this has all the makings for historic new season performance.
Send a positive satellite to orbit Planet Storr, says Jared Kelly.
Planet Storr.
I kind of want to write a song about Planet Storr. Like that's the thing I actually really want to sing about. I don't want to sing about new season. I want to sing about
why not
Planet Storr. Because
is it ditty
way funnier
about the new season? Yeah, Planet Storr is good.
That's good. And that'll be timeless. You know what I mean? It's not like it's only cool this week.
Yeah,
forever.
Yeah. New season could be dead soon because then it's new season.
Don't forget.
Nick, so are you taking a win against Houston? Is that what that was?
You know it, baby.
You don't believe it.
Yes, I do. Here's the thing, and this is true. Okay. If we're asking these guys to buy into new season and forget about what happened, you can change it all right now. If I'm going to ask that of them, I have to ask that of myself first.
You're right. Tweet something nice at a KU player right now.
Because I remember there was this time last year. It was this time last year when I came on this show and I said, I want it more than them. I want it more than them. And if that's true, which, I mean, frankly, we don't have to go there, but come on. If that's true, then I have to be buying into new season. I have to buy into new season. I have to go into every game expecting us to win. That's the new expectation in new season. Dub on Monday.
I think before new season started, there were some people that were talking about like, what are your expectations for the last 5 games? And I said 3-2, and I got destroyed for saying 3-2. Like not one response came back to say positive things about 3-2 at the time. Now remember, we're just coming off what was cataclysmic loss.
Rock bottom.
I thought it was awesome. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
And now I want better than that. Not now.
Oh,
I want 4-1.
This is football season all over again.
No.
No.
Shut the fuck up.
We need We need to hold our expectations in check. That's you guys.
Oh, but we were right. Football's different.
We were right.
We were so
But
right.
it's not a prediction. It's not a prediction.
We need a new season early last year.
Yeah, Lance didn't say new season.
Lance
He
did
said-
pull the season card
he
early.
said it's. I don't know if that's a night game. is
Halfway
what he
through the
said.
season, he screwed that up.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
You think he's sitting there like, fuck,
If
fucking new season. It's a good
Okay.
idea.
Okay, so I think we already know the answer, but Saturday.
I'll say
next-
they lose to Houston. I'll say that'll be our deflate moment.
and then next Saturday, senior night at home, Arizona.
We beat the fucking ever living shit out of them.
We're gonna win on senior night.
I'm not picking against KU on senior night.
KJ legacy game.
KJ will be fist pumping so hard. Just two dongs, just firing them
Honestly,
both
is
off.
anybody beating that front court? Look at what KJ and Hunter, if we want to include Hunter here, both had good games. I mean, Hunter was nice, whatever his stat line was, but 15 points.
Let's not go crazy
It's
about
14.
KJ infuriated me at times last game, but I would not tweet that.
No,
You know,
season. He played great.
Nick, you got to tweet something nice at a KU basketball player.
Okay.
Have
I
you
will.
ever done that?
No, I don't think I've ever tweeted at a player.
It's so not your
Oh, well, that's
fault.
not true. I tweeted at Nick. I don't know if I added Nick Timberlake last year, but I told him to lock in when he called the Kevin McCullough response like pathetic. This is the week that Kevin quit on the team. And he's sitting there at like the Big 12 tournament. He's like, yeah, it's kind of pathetic. Get offline. Get offline.
We're all
That's
taking
my hope. That's my hope is that I could tweet at somebody and they won't even see it.
That makes sense. But
Our
not this game.
Notifications
Tag
off.
players. I don't tag players. I will just tweet nice things about a person individual. I'm not going to tag them. I don't tag players. Are you asking me to tag a player?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of was.
I'm not going to do that. I've had a pretty strong don't tag players take for a long time. I'm sure I've done it before and someone will find some tweet that I did. But like,
It's a good take by you.
Okay, so new season.
now. And
People want to talk about Rylan. Oh. I froze. I'm sorry.
Did you make your official pick for Arizona, Mech?
we're winning on senior night.
Okay. 5
Winning,
seed?
covering,
Lock it up. 4 seed.
winning.
That's
4
a
seed. Okay, so Planet Storr song may be coming soon. TBD.
Oh, he's got a guitar.
Wow.
Now?
I don't think I got a Planet Storr song in me. But I've been thinking about it since you guys brought it up, and I told you as a joke on the text chain that if KU won the 2 games this week, I would come back with a version of Celine Dion. It's all coming back to me.
Yes.
That I previewed for you guys and haven't actually written words to, but gonna try to make them up as we go.
Let's go.
Seriously?
Rally song.
No way.
Don't judge if it sucks. But
No.
the key part
It's
is
just us.
the key part is it's new season, so we only say nice things. Okay.
Okay.
There were nights when the team was so bad that I turned the game off, went online and watched Aaron Peterson highlights in the dark. There was a day when we got beat by 40 points and the team was in a dry county and couldn't get the vodka Bill desperately needed. Something like that. I finished crying in the instant Bill's OSU presser wrapped. I can't remember old season at all. Yes, I banished every memory old season ever made. But when KJ jumpers go in like this and Juan runners go in like that, it's so hard to believe that it's all coming back to me. When Storr sits on the bench and Hunter defends, it's so hard to believe that it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back, new season's back for me now. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. There were games I'd never watch again because they gave me a fright. There were nights I had no pleasure. It was more than any law allowed. Here we go. Diggy, diggy, if I watch you like this and you watch you like that, it was lost long ago, but it's all coming back to me. If you want this like this and I want games like that, it was dead long ago, but it's all coming back to me. It's hard to resist that it's all coming back to me now. Yeah, new season. All right, for making it up, right?
Cannot believe that just happened.
That was epic.
I promise I did not write any words to that. I just looked at the lyrics of the real song and tried to change them on the fly.
We're about to. We're going.
My favorite was Diggy.
Fuck some teams up.
Baby, that part is my favorite.
God, that was so awesome. And you know what? I've heard so many of your songs over the years, but hearing the debut live,
I know,
is a different experience.
Well, I actually enjoy more doing improv songs than written songs. So you just keep them coming. I told you before the show, the only way doing a song is if you do this song in the style of that and go. Like that's my favorite way to play guitar. Although
can we do more?
No,
that was fucking awesome.
Okay, well I do have
I
want something I want you to marinate on.
Okay.
Planet Storr to the tune of Space Oddity by David Bowie.
Mm.
It already has some intergalactic vibes, so I feel like that would work well.
Like that.
All the Storr things?
Can definitely do that.
I know, it's an easy one. You could probably do that one right now.
Well, I just want to let you know, like Mech, if somehow you were able to pull off the AJ Storr rally song, it would be, just yet another reminder that the power of art,
Wow. Oh.
No, I'm just holding it.
Okay, I was like,
he
held back your...
He
You're like, I can do fucking
lifted
all the
it.
Storr things. I'll fucking do that.
I think it's 3 chords. All the Storr things, right? I think that's pretty sure that's all.
New season. This stinks.
No.
New season's
For
great.
him, for Storr. For Storr.
Opposite. Yeah, right.
He still thinks. Doesn't work. Say it ain't so. He will not go to the new season.
Watching, waiting, never getting off the bench.
Sitting with Norm.
No, Norm's job security is good in the new season. # new season. Tweet at a KU player, something nice. You don't even have to at them. Just say something nice about them on the internet.
Everyone say something nice about a KU player online. They need it.
Who are you taking today? I'll do one a day.
I'll take AJ Storr.
Oh wow.
You just shit on him for 90 minutes.
I know. I'm trying to turn over a new leaf.
You're right. New season. One of us needs Zeke. Zeke needs one of us. Mac, you probably got the
I've been
You
saying
don't have
so
it?
mean things about Zeke. It's gonna be, but it's new
I can do
season.
Zeke. Who's got Zeke?
What do you say to Zeke?
Keep shooting. I love it.
Keep shooting. No, because people are gonna think I'm making fun of him. It doesn't
Well-
sound genuine.
Well, we're forcing it. That's
Yep.
the whole point of what we're
And
doing.
this is what it's about: stepping out of your comfort zone.
I thought Ryland played well. He didn't make shots, but he was fucking playing hard the whole time.
Active.
Except for when he dribbled there at the end. He didn't look good dribbling, but the rest was great. New season. He was great.
Yeah.
Zeke is going off in Houston. Calling it now. Zeke goes off at Houston. Is that a mean thing to tweet?
I'm yeah, because he hasn't really been very good on the road.
Well,
But in
that's
a
the
new
whole
season-
he's been on.
But even in
Well,
the new season, he hasn't been very good on the road.
No, he didn't quite. It's okay. That's what I want to tell him.
He
It's
is
okay.
good at neutral sites, which is where all of the tournament play is. So new season, Zeke MOP.
Calling it now. Zeke MOP.
Actually, I
Who's-
said E for MOP in my little tagline, so I'm not
Yeah.
sure I can get off that.
Yeah, whose jersey is most likely going up in the rafters?
I
Diggy.
see it. I see Diggy playing the hero.
He
They're
is
typically,
all year.
but
I have.
typically he would be the kind of guy to do it against KU in the tournament, for like North Dakota State. But now it's just like he's our little annoying guy to go off.
He's gonna have 6 threes in some tournament game and win us the game. Fact.
That would be epic.
I don't know how many. Fuck it.
Today, new season.
I stopped it. New season.
Hey, Chad Boyle at least caught himself.
Still railroaded right through that warning sign.
You know what? I don't care what his record is. He might be my new leading candidate to replace Bill. He said pussy.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking new season.
Hey, and you know who doesn't say the word pussy? Pussies. That's how we know. That's how we know he's built for the new season in the new era. Okay. Should we wrap up?
Yeah.
All right. Subscribe, rate, review. Kevin Meckley's debut
That was
season
awesome.
of the new season. His debut single for the new season
We'll have
will
to
be coming soon.
we'll have to for the Spotify version, we'll actually put some thought into that if it comes.
Yes. We'll have a jam session as we artists commonly do. Subscribe, rate, and review. New season. We'll see you next week when KU's 3-0.
3-0 new season.
New season.